Peace and blessings to anyone watching this video right now. Hope all is well. If it's not, I know it will be soon. Today, I just want to continue. This is a continuation of the Eating to Live series. Right now, we're going into the intro of Eating to Live mentally. Because remember, what you consume goes past what you put in your body. What you put in your mind and what you feed in your soul is also a part of the Eating to Live process. And once you start thinking that way, you're going to start making big changes in your life overnight. Nothing happens fast, but some of the biggest changes, you'd be surprised how some of the anchors that you can remove from your life just by thinking differently and trying new things and trying new ideas and new ways. Anyway, getting back to the Eating to Live mentally. So let's start off with what you're watching. So what you're watching, what are you looking at visually that's literally feeding, like what are you feeding your brain with visually? What are you looking at? What are you watching? What are you taking in? Whether it be your favorite show, whether it be the news, whether it be a podcaster, this channel, some YouTuber, whatever it might be, you gotta be mindful of what you're watching, how it affects your mind. Looking at this, right? Do I get motivated afterwards? Do I feel good about myself? Is it making me happy? Is it, evoking a certain emotion? Like, are you watching something and getting scared? Are you watching something and tensing up? Like, do you know that you're, like, let's just use a silly example. Do you know and are aware that you're not the biggest fan of scary movies, but you're going to watch it anyway, and now you're scared to, like, go to bed at night, but you old as hell, and now you're scared to go to bed at night because you was watching a movie that you knew you shouldn't supposed to. You got to apply that logic to a lot of other things. You'd be surprised. It could be as simple as one of these blog clips or one of these little YouTube videos or a gossip video or something that could be the thing that's just plaguing you because your mind is kind of stuck in these certain situations, And whatever you have your mind on or whatever you're thinking about a lot, whatever you might mentally partaking in, your mind is your magic wand. Those are the things that you're bringing into your life. So if you watching a lot of drama, you'd be surprised how much drama going to be in your life. If you watching a lot of negative things, you'd be surprised how much negativity is going to be in your life. Because it's like, you kind of always there mentally, even when you're not. Even when things is going good, you can bring yourself there mentally. Like, believe it or not, as crazy as it sounds, you can bring yourself there mentally just by what you're consuming, by what you're watching. These things have an effect on you. You start to resonate with a certain character on a show or a certain person or a certain YouTuber. Their energy might rub off on you. You might start to talk like them, might start to mimic them. That might be for the best or it might be for the worst, all depending. So you got to be careful of what you're watching. Analyze how it makes you feel. Analyze, how it is this serving you? The most important, the easiest way to understand this is this serving you? Like, is this just a pastime? Like, if I'm just watching sports, right? Am I just watching this because I love basketball? It's a pastime or something? Or am I watching this heated debate between this podcast couple or something, and it has me like up in arms, it's triggering certain emotions? Like, really think about the difference and really think about if these things really serve you or not. And if you want to have them continue like in your life, you make the decision. You can cut them off any day. You could be watching things that only uplift you and only raise your spirits, or you could be watching things that constantly bring you down or constantly cause conflict or just constant drama or negativity. The choice is really yours. Again, this kind of goes hand in hand, what you're listening to. I had podcasts and stuff that I used to listen to, just to pass the time. Sometimes you listen to in the gym or something like that. I'm not going to name their names or anything, but that I've had to give up and go to new ones because the content would just kind of like, it would just like irk me. It's like, why are you saying that? Like, why is that your views on that? And I'm not saying that we should all have the same views or we're all going to have the same views and stuff, but the fact that it was irking me, it's like I just had to turn it off. I had to find something new. I didn't, really like the direction that they was going in. Again, these are the simple things that we don't realize, but you could be listening to something that you listen to. It could be as simple as your favorite radio station, and then now they start having a segment that you're not too fond of, or there's a lot of negativity or something, or they're spewing a lot of hate, or just something, it's just bad person that you find personally with it, and you got to kind of get away from it. Now you got to change the channel. It's like, nah, I can't listen to that no more. So you got to be careful of the information you're taking in. There's a lot of fear mongering online. You know, every 5 seconds the world is about to end, or the sky is about to fall, or something like that. That's one thing you really got to be mindful and stay away from. Because when you're living in fear, you're not living in faith. And when you're not living in faith, you're not believing that anything can happen, and you're not believing that you personally can make anything happen. And that's the key right there. Believing that self-belief in yourself. So try to stay away from fear-mongering things. Watch what you're listening to. Watch what you're watching. Just watch what you're reading. Those all go hand in hand, you know? All of those go kind of together, you know? Watch what you're reading. And the way to base this is just basically how it makes you feel. Basically how it's affecting you. How it's affecting your actions. You know, how it's affecting your conversations. Are you watching something and then that energy is rubbing off on you, you're having certain conversations with your peoples, and now they're looking at you crazy or looking at you funny, you know, you might have to check yourself after what you're watching, you know. Check your energy. You don't want to be, you just don't, you got to look at things like they're the best, well, they are a frequency. And you got to look at these frequencies like they're rooms that you want to be in. You want to be in a room. Okay, mentally, you want to put yourself in a room and align with things that go with the lifestyle that you want. So if you're like, yo, if you just want to be a calm, happy, peaceful person, because, you know, right now, most of us is just searching for peace, basically, you know. A lot of people want to get rich and stuff, but a lot of us are on level 1. We're searching for peace. You got to be looking at, what does that look like? What does that person watch? What does that person listen to? How does that person live? What does that person eat? And mentally, you got to start putting yourself there. Ooh, would a peaceful person be watching a show where they're fighting every 30 seconds? I'm looking for peace in my life. I'm tired of fighting every 30 seconds. Maybe I got to find whatever show is going to help me be peaceful. That's how I want you to start looking at things. As simple as that. Another thing is who you're getting your information from. In the social media era, this is the most dangerous because people just make stuff up. And this is not new. A lot of things are made up. A lot of things are made up. But the social media area is really bad because anyone can just jump up and start to have like a Martin Luther King, Malcolm X-esque following kind of like overnight and just be leading people all sorts of astray, whether it be whatever type of topic. And a lot of people do a lot of fear mongering and stuff like that, and you have to be really careful. Is somebody feeding you information that's not making you feel good? Is somebody feeding you information that's confusing you? Is somebody feeding you some sort of information, or are you getting information from somewhere, or are you on places that spew, you know, information that causes conflict, or are they always focusing on the negative or something? You know, don't be afraid to unfollow a page that posts a couple things that you don't like, or to stop talking to somebody, or to get away from, or to block, or to mute. Take advantage of these buttons on social media, you know. It'll help clean up your timeline. It'll help. And it'll help, the things that clean up your timeline and as simple as that will start to help clean up your mind, because the things that you start to see every day are more positive. See, me personally, I try to, like, what I feed myself mentally when I'm online is things that I'm aligned with. A lot of things that I follow are like health, spiritual pages that are helping you with your personal psychology, doing your shadow work, helping you for growth, you know, how to run your business. I'm like going to the gym. I follow people online that when I see them working out, if I didn't feel like going to the gym that day, it's going to make me get up and want to go to the gym because I see somebody working out. I'm not following pages that are getting into, you know, beefs and causing ruckus and doing arguments and stuff like that, because I don't want that to be a part of my lifestyle. And I'm not judging or, you know, talking or anything, but personally, I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want that to be consuming or filling up my mind. So I kind of want my mind to be like a serene waterfall. It's bad enough, you know, we're battling all types of things from childhood, adolescence, adulthood, dealing with adult life. People got kids, all these other things. You don't want to be adding on stressors if you don't have to. Okay? So just something to think about, you know, just something to think about. And the last one is whose like opinions you're feeding into. Like if somebody told you something about yourself, you know, just something for you guys to keep in mind, what you're feeding yourself mentally. Remember, what we eat goes past food. It's what you consume mentally, spiritually, and physically. So feed your mind the right things. You know, if you want to heal your mind, feed it healing things. The same way if you want to heal your body, you got to detox. You got to detox your mind as well. The same thing goes for the soul. All three things are separate, and you got to find ways to bring them together. I hope this video helps. This is the keys to eating to live mentally. Peace and blessings to anyone watching. Peace.